We are with Macy Martin. You, girl, have been working your tail off. You're doing all kinds of stuff. I'm so glad you stopped by to say hi to us. Tell us a little bit. I know you've got some music work, some stuff going on with a charity, just all kinds of stuff. So.
Definitely. Well, I'm a native of Texas. I'll be moving up here permanently in June. I'm finishing out high school this year and graduating. And well, we're about to start on a new project. In actually late February, we're going to start writing, break ground on writing, and in March we're going to hit it off recording. So my producer right now, Kent Wells, he's going to executive produce the entire album, but we're also bringing in another producer that's a writer with Universal Music Group. So I'm super excited. He works with David Foster, and it's just kind of cool, bumping up the level of writers that we're working with and everything. So
it is fun to get to that point.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
You're performing this week also, right?
Yes, right outside the ballroom on Wednesday at 11:45 in the morning. Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah,
That'll be
definitely.
good.
I'm excited.
Well, I want to talk about. Is it a charity that you're doing? Is that what it's called?
It's a nonprofit that I founded back when I was in the second grade.
She gave us this cute little teddy bear here, and it's called Macy's Toy Box.
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah, well, when I was 6 years old, I was always involved in the Miss America system, and Texas and each state have their own mentoring program. Well, ours was called the Lone Star Princess Program in honor of the Lone Star State, and so I grew up around girls looking up to them who had their own platforms. And so, of course, I was an only child and had a plentiful amount of toys. And so my parents looked at me one day and said, "Hey, Macy, we've got to get rid of some of these things. They're taking over the house." And so I always knew it was a huge deal when we did family garage sales, because we've always lived out in the rural areas. And so we had to haul everything out to the suburbs to Grandma's house. So they sat down, gave me a pile of toys, that they had thought were kind of like less meaningful. I hadn't played with in a while. Looked through them, and the more I thought of it, I was like, this is just not right, because one, we're selling my toys, two, we don't know where they're going, and they just have so much more meaning. So we started looking at some local organizations that we could give back to, including our local fire department and police departments, and they really got behind it. 10 years later, now we're working with Make-A-Wish and St. Jude's hospitals and just many other organizations.
That is the greatest concept. I love
thank
that.
you.
I love that. That is really cool. So as an independent artist, what challenges have you found? We've got the digital world right now. Everything's digital. Social media rules everything. What are some of the stumbling blocks that you've come across as far as getting your music out to new people and constantly getting new fans in?
No kidding. Well, social media, all I have to say is it is a complete blessing. But I think the biggest thing is every single step. It's just this whole, like life in general, it's a big puzzle piece. And so in order to accomplish one thing, you have to have another puzzle piece that fits into the track. And so it's just kind of crazy finding those pieces and getting them to stick together in the right way, so that you can kind of, because there is no right way to do it. It's the cookie cutter principle of life.
That's awesome. Well, we are always glad to see you. I'm excited you're doing so well.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing a lot more coming from you and hearing you on the radio and everything else. So thank you for stopping by.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.